Meet at the Apple does an exclusive podcast with Juan Soto, and turns out the New York Mets may actually be in on Alex Bregman next on MetCast. Welcome back to the channel, friends. As always, I am Ray, and thank you for coming back. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. But we all know what is going on with MLB free agency. It is all over the place. And now we have this report from Danny Ariano. The Mets interested in Alex Bregman per report. Let's get into it. So per him, the Mets are among teams interested in free agent third baseman Alex Bregman, per Mark Feinstein, who obviously is an absolute credible source. Anybody around the industry knows he's a credible source. In addition, the Mets, Astros, Yankees, Red Sox, Tigers, and Blue Jays have interest in Bregman, per Feinstein. The Astros reportedly extend 6-year offer to Bregman, who rejected Houston's 1-year qualifying offer. Obviously, that is an absolute no-brainer. But him returning there seems iffy at best, with the Astros having recently traded infielder Isaac Paredes and also connected to potential trade for Cardinals third baseman Nolan Arenado, which is really interesting to me because I think Bregman really would have preferred to return to the Astros, but now that Kyle Tucker's gone, what are you returning to? I mean, all the good players are leaving. Carlos Correa, Kyle Tucker, Justin Verlander, I mean, Cole. I mean, over the years, how many players have they lost time and time again? And it goes on to say, as far as the Mets' interest, it's far to believe that signing Bregman would at the least make a reunion with Pete Alonso less likely. And I totally agree with that. If the New York Mets are able to go out and sign an Alex Bregman, I think that 100% signals the white flag that the New York Mets would be completely out on the Pete Alonso. For those fans out there, I understand what you're saying. Sign Pete Alonso, Vientos at DH, Alonso at DH. The facts are the facts. Alonso's not going to come here to DH. He was so adamant about being able to play first base, improve defensively last year. His pick rate was amongst the best in Major League Baseball. So at the end of the day, a Bregman signing means an Alonso departure. David Stearns and Steve Cohen have been open about the Mets' desire to retain Alonso, whose market has been slow to develop, which we all know that. His market is going to be slow to develop. It might not happen until February, which scares me, as we were talking with Dan Bartels last night on his space. If the Mets are willing to wait until February to get Alonso, but then what if they don't and Christian Walker's off the board and Arenado was traded and Bregman signed? You're playing with fire at that point. The Mets cannot sit around and wait 2 more months right before spring training to make a decision on Alonso. In a world where the Mets add Bregman, they could conceivably shift Mark Vientos to first base, which we've spoken about previously on this channel. Bregman, who has never struck out more than 97 times in a season, has been one of the best hitters in baseball for nearly a decade, could be a strong lineup fit and help serve as protection to newly acquired Juan Soto. I totally agree with that. Bregman is not a high strikeout guy. And if you really dive deep into his numbers last year, his OPS was brutal to start the season, just like Francisco Lindor. Go take a peek at the last 3 months. Unbelievable numbers, especially the last month of the season. In addition, Bregman bolstering the lineup, pairing him with Francisco Lindor, would give the Mets one of the best defensive left sides of the infield in the game, and I totally agree with that. Let's keep in mind, Mets fans, David Peterson, now you have Clay Holmes, Senga. A lot of these guys are ground ball type pitchers. Maybe not Senga so much, but definitely David Peterson and Clay Holmes with that sinker are ground ball pitchers. So what you want to do there is have an elite defense behind them. What better to do than have a Gold Glove third baseman and shortstop? If the Mets believe Bregman relatively down 2024 was a blip, he had a 118 OPS plus and the newest on base percentage since his rookie season. It could be smart to pounce. Bregman possibly landing with the Yankees also makes plenty of sense. We obviously know that. They got Max Fried, Devin Williams. He would be a solid fit over there. I just don't know if the New York Yankees are going to be willing to go to the contract lengths that he wants to. That is definitely a potential, but in my opinion, in the New York Mets, I trust in David Stearns. If he says, you know what, Alonso's not a fit for this team and we need to bring in Bregman, I'm going to trust him. I know that's going to upset a lot of Met fans out there, but we brought this guy in here because he knows how to win. In his first season as president of baseball operations, you saw where he took us. And that's my opinion when it comes to Bregman. Let me know what you guys think of the Bregman situation. Would you want him here? At what cost would you want him here? And to be honest with you guys, I think he's going to hold up better than Alonso will. That's just my opinion. But let's keep it going. We have this exclusive interview from Meet at the Apple with Juan Soto. It's nothing crazy, this interview, but I thought Juan Soto comes across very humbling.
Jonathan Barron, Meet at the Apple. We're here with Juan Soto. Juan, I want to take you back real quick. 2021. You post a picture on your Instagram at Citi Field talking about your future. If we look back there talking about now, could you ever see this day coming?
If we go back to that day, never think about it. I literally wasn't thinking about any of that. But
think of how humbling that is. He could have easily just said, yeah, I like the tweet. I always thought about being a Met. I always thought about, no. He was not going to sit there and lie. He was telling the truth. That's what I like about this guy.
Definitely, I don't know. It was something that just came out of me. I was really happy because I play really good baseball in this stadium. So that's why I posted it.
That's a fact. If you ever get a chance, go take a look at his total baseball statistics at Citi Field. They're off the charts.
No, I'm going to take you back, not as far. Sunday night, December 8th, a huge night, Mets Nation. We all saw the celebration, the video. You were in a hot tub celebrating the news, the contract. What happened that night? What were you doing? Who were you with?
I was with my family. Definitely, we finished on stuff, but definitely we made the decision already. So we're just waiting for us to make it official. So
think about what he said right there. So many Yankee fans and Red Sox fans. He only wanted the most money. He's in a hot tub. He didn't care where he went. But what he's saying right there is the decision was already made. It was just crossing the T's and dotting the I's. He wanted to be a New York Met.
we were just having a good time. We were just waiting for that moment to have everything settled and ready to rock and roll.
Now, in your press conference, you talked about being able to play with the best leadoff hitter in baseball, Francisco Lindor. What's your relationship with like? We saw that mic'd up video, the Frankie tapping on his head. Are you guys friends? You looking forward to playing together?
He's a great dude. He's a great dude. I never get the chance to literally had a much time with him. I met him a couple times in Puerto Rico. We had some sherry stuff down there, but as he seems a great player. He seems like a guy who's wanna win, and can't wait to meet him and see and share some tongues and what we can do next year.
In the press conference, you talked about the Cohen family and the way that they made you feel like a part of this family. What did they do that separated themselves from all the other teams that were interested in you during that process?
I feel like they did a really good job showing me how much they want me and how much they want me to make part of this team and organization, and that's one of the things that I was like thinking and looking forward to get. At the end of the day, I didn't make my decision right there. Actually sit down with my family and look forward what we can do and what is going to be the best options, and we make our decision.
One thing that he constantly pushed in his interview, or not interview, what he told everybody was that he was sold on the present day and the future of this club. You look at the farm system, you look at the resources that Cohen provides, you look at David Stearns' recent track record, very recent track record. First year, he took the Mets within a couple of games of the World Series. He's been in Milwaukee, where they've been a consistent playoff team. Maybe not over the top, but I think a lot of that has to do with ownership. I mean, they let guys like Willie Adames walk right out the door. They're forced to trade one of the top closers in baseball because they know they can't pay him. So at the end of the day, they're kind of cap strung over there. I think the future was sold to Juan Soto, and that's why I believe the Mets are far from done this offseason. I know a lot of Mets fans are like, well, they're not doing anything. David Stearns is sitting on his feet, all this stuff. Well, a lot of teams are. 9 out of the top 25 free agents are signed right now. That's pretty much it. There's still so much of the offseason to go. Again, guys, if you like our content, please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you all the Mets content as it comes through. And until next time, take care.